lock is now hassle-free thanks to my Swivel keychain design. I have an idea. I'm gonna design a fully 3D printable Swivel keychain for my keys. I have this chain lock on my front door for extra security. And this small space to open from the outside with all these keychains on my keys, it's a struggle at times. Look at this drywall here. You can tell the struggle is real. I know. I can actually buy a cheap Swivel keychain online, but what's the point of owning a 3D printer if I cannot experiment with alternate designs? So here are the basics. We have the female part component, and then we have the male component. Now, if you're wondering why this is called the female and this is called the male, because the female has the cavity that accepts, and the male has a small shaft that will mate into the female like this. Now, before I show you how this will mate together, let's take a closer look at each component. So the female component, so first we have the loop. This is where you'll put your key ring or a carabiner to hold it up. Then next we have these flat surfaces. Has two purposes. One is for the installation for easy grip, and also for when you're 3D printing, it is best to start on a flat surface and print upwards than a curved surface. And then also inside you have 3 small tabs that's equally spaced. Now these tabs will sit comfortably inside the male groove, and that's how it will sit and spin. So this is the male component. As you can see, we have the loop here, and then we have the groove that spans all the way around, and the tab on the female end will sit comfortably inside there, which will allow it to spin freely. Now, while I was doing my initial prototypes, I discovered something. So I discovered that if I have 2 tabs instead on the female end, and then you have the male component, and make the shaft a little bit longer, once it's assembled with some moderate force, it will easily detach itself. Now that's important. Well, I would say it's important, but it made me realize that this could actually be used as a safety Swivel keyring or keychain, where you would attach one end to a lanyard and the other end to, let's say, your work ID or some kind of ID. So in case your ID gets caught on a moving object, once you pull your head back, this will pop right out and you'll save your neck. All right, now for the installation. All right, so this is the safety Swivel keychain, and to install it, it has the 2 tabs. So to install this, you take the male and you slip the groove into one of the tabs. Then on a flat surface on the female, you put your thumb and the index finger. You squeeze it slightly, and then it pops right in. And then as you can see, it's secure, and it will spin freely like that. See, so I'm just pulling on it right now, and it's locked in. So with this one, obviously now, if you have it on a lanyard and you have a ID on this end, if you get caught on something and you pull your net back, so you pull back the lanyard, it will pop out and you won't choke on yourself with your lanyard. So this is the safety Swivel keychain. Now, the main Swivel keychain now, this one is a little bit tricky, but let's see if I can show how to install this proper. So this one has the 3 tabs, right? 1, 2, and 3 inside there. So what you want to do, same thing. So you're going to use your thumb and your index finger. you want to find 2 tabs and slip and kind of slip the male groove into it. And then now you just want to squeeze. So on the flat surface, you squeeze down, and you're gonna have to maybe wiggle a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. Stop. Let's figure this out. So for the swivel keychain, the one with the 3 tabs on the female, and then in the shorter shaft, you want to take the groove and slip it into, let's choose any 2 tabs and try to wedge it in between the 2, like so. So just kind of wedge it in there. And once you wedge it in there, you do a little turn to kind of let it seat inside there like that. And at this point, if you could use your hands, you could try to push it. There you go, and push it in. And then now it's in there. And this one, it might take a lot to separate it, but as you can see, it's fully assembled. And it rotates very easily. That's how you do it. The swivel keychain is mainly designed to hold small keychain accessories, but I'm curious to see how much weight it can actually carry. So what I'm gonna do is do a test. I'm gonna pair it with this 43 printed carabiner, and I have a smaller one here. And these 2 were designed based on this carabiner that I bought in Japan some time ago. So I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to see how strong my carabiners are, and also how strong my fully 3D printed swivel keychains are. Let's go. All right, so now I'll do a little test to see if my swivel keychain and my carabiners here, which are all 3D printed, I want to see if they can handle carrying 1 small water bottle. This one holds about 500 milliliters of water. I have a 700 milliliter bottle. I have one that carries about 1.25 liters. And then I have this big one here that carries roughly about 2 liters of water. So let's check it out. So I have this little luggage scale that I'm going to use and suspend it in the air. And hopefully they hold up to the challenge and don't break. All right, so let's go. All right, so we're going to start with the smallest one. So let me put this on. All right, so I'm going to clip it in. All right, so I'm going to release. It's showing 0.64 kilograms. And so far, as you can see, it's looking good. I can even spin it. And it's holding up. The carabiner is holding up. Everything is holding up just fine. All right, so next, we go to the 700 milliliter bottle. So I'm going to release. The weight of this one is 1.04 kilos. and it's holding up pretty good. I'm going to twist it around. And everything, give it a shake. You can even swing it and it's still holding. That's a 700. So next, we're gonna go to the 1.25 liters bottle. This is a bigger one. All right, I'm gonna release. And the weight is 1.66 kilos. And as you can see, it's still holding up. The carabiner is good. Both carabiners, 1, 2, 3. It's holding up good. I'll give it a spin. Now the spinning is not the best, obviously, because it's 3D printed, but it could spin. Ooh, I think because this one is kind of heavy, so it's not spinning as much as it could, but it's still holding strong, and that's 1.66 kilos weight. And all these bottles are full of water. All right, and the last but not least, this big one, 2 liters full of water. All right, so let's release and let's see how it goes. The weight is 2.09 kilos and it's holding up good. I'm not seeing any major strains in the carabiners. As you can see. Now I'll try to see if I can spin this. We'll see if it spins. Not, kinda. It's a struggle to spin, but it can spin and not fall apart. Give it a shake, a twirl, and the small carabiners. This is the Swivel Keychain, and this is a big carabiner that this is 250% scale of these ones. So, as you can see, it's very strong. It can hold at least 2 kilos. So if you want to use this to carry a water bottle, it can handle the job. All right, so my main goal was to design an accessory that will allow my keys to rotate independently from other keychains. I often struggle to open the chain lock on my front door from the outside because everything will get tangled and twisted together, which was annoying. I'm very pleased with how my design turned out. Opening my chain lock is now hassle-free thanks to my Swivel Keychain design. It is strong and sturdy and allows my keys to rotate freely from the rest of my keychains. In the end, the project was a success. Now, if you're interested in the Swivel keyring or the carabiner that was featured in this video, you can check out my portfolio on MakerWorld at Devo40. Peace.